clear for liftoff.
Live right now, Padres hat featuring a new 5950. Actually, this is not very new. I've had this one for a while, but I can't find my Braves hat. I fear that I left it in that hotel from the Saturday night show, but I guess I'll have to look later. We're here to talk about some golf. Valero, Texas Open. Counting down the days. We have less than 2 weeks, one more tournament until that silly little place called Augusta National comes in. So, yeah, we're gearing up. I am still on the fence for heading to Augusta. It's leaning towards a no, but nonetheless, I will be back on the ground 100% for a day at Hilton Head. So we'll stay in the news. We will let you know if I make it out to Augusta. In the works right now, but we're here to talk about the Valero Texas Open. Like I said, just like I know we want to skip to that week. I know there's a lot of stuff in the air right now. The Rory movie is already out. I cannot wait to watch it on Amazon Prime. If you've watched that Rory movie on Amazon Prime, drop a comment. Like I need to know. Like, was it sick? I assume it was sick. But the tickets cash the same as Augusta. The DFS contest cash the same as Augusta. The outrights cash the same as Augusta. So we got one more week to try to get back in the winner's circle. So let's share the screen. We're going to go through the Twitter thread, go through some course stats, some course history, just some initial notes, and then we'll get into the show. This Twitter thread has kind of been polarizing. Can I zoom in a little bit? It's kind of been polarizing. People are like, oh my God, look at this AI-generated thread. Just so you guys know, this right here is not AI-generated. This is what? 6 pages of written notes that is simply put into a thread for readability and for virality. It's not hey ChatGPT, can you tell me a little bit about the Valero Texas Open? No, these are hard fought out, hard written notes from Vincerix.com. Shout out Adam Kirk to put into this thread. So say what you want about it. It's here to help. It's here to not help. What you want to look at it, great. You don't. So let's go through it a little bit. So off the tee, this is a golf course where you have to be playing from the fairway. If you are playing from the fairway, you have so many more looks at birdie. Not really rocket science, but over the last 4 winners, this is what they did coming into the event in their last 10 starts. They gained in accuracy to the field at a minimum of 8 times in their last 10 starts. That is a lot. Like we see accurate hitters have pop events, but these guys are just coming in with already hot drivers, guys who are already driving accuracy guys. We're not just finding it during the week. And so they were positive off the tee in at least 6 of 10. Akshay was 10 of 10. Connors was 8 of 10. Spawn was 9 of 10. So just positive driving goes a long way here. When Spieth won, he didn't have the greatest driving week in the world, but he scrambled. That is just simple Jordan Spieth. Approach play is really important here as well. And it's really been showing that you come into this week with some great irons. You don't just find it during the week. Over the last, this is their starts before winning. The start exactly before winning. Akshay Bhatia, 7.2. JJ, 6.1. Jordan Spieth, 7.0, and so on. There was one outlier, Brian Harman, minus 3.9, but that is a minimum. I mean, that is an average of plus 4 strokes on approach in their previous start before this event. That's saying something. You want hot drivers. You want hot approach players. Just simple, accurate driving and solid ball striking. Short game, it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it's less indicative to what we are looking for this week. Just looking at the winners coming in, they came in losing strokes around the green. So I'm not really looking at guys who are having good around the green weeks. That means they're not having the best ball striking weeks. I will say it will be a little windy this week, and you're going to you're going to be able to have to gain plus 1.6 around the green, but that is not glaring. That's not like a major level. You have to have a really elite around the green game. I just don't want you to be coming in losing -2, -1, like every single round coming in. The average coming in was -0.1. So average to good short game is fine. Ball striking, fairways, get those birdie looks with the hot irons, and you don't need a top 10. You don't have the best course history, but every winner has had a made cut here since 2012. So that's a little bit about the course. Here are some comp courses: Innisbrook, Sawgrass, River Highlands, Bay Hill, PGA National, and Harbor Town. They all ask you very similar questions for the most part. So TLDR, hit fairways, show a pop with the irons. Short game is what it is, and have been here before, have made a cut before. So that's what we're going to be looking for going forward. And let's look at some of the past winners in this event. I think this year is going to be a little bit similar to Brian Harman of last year. I heard the rough is a little bit up higher, which would just emphasize the key stats even more. And it was a little bit windy over the weekend, and we'll get to the weather next, but I do think it's going to be a little bit more of the same this year. So Brian Harman won at 9. Akshay Bhatia won at -20 when Denny tried to chase him down. Corey Connors, 15 under, JJ Spawn, 13, and Jordan at 18 under. Those are the last 5 winners. And obviously Corey Connors won this event twice. This is one of his vintage events for sure. Now let's look at this weather from TPC San Antonio Oaks course. So leading into the event, so it is now Monday. Have a little rain early this morning, not much. Tuesday. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no rain today. A little rain Tuesday morning, sorry. A little rain Wednesday morning. And then Thursday morning, we're going to have a little bit more rain, maybe a little bit of a delay here on Thursday a.m. with this lightning at 8 a.m. projected, and also some rain in the afternoon. So it's going to get dicey, guys. It's going to get dicey. So rain and wind up over double digits, 28-mile-an-hour gust. That is not easy. And I won't be surprised if some more guys withdraw. So I'm definitely thinking we're going to have some delays and something crazy. There's a real chance that like one of the waves just gets completely banished based on like the way they set up, the way they have to have delays, the way they start late one day, start early the next day. So I don't think it's that crazy to do multiple wave stacks, do an AM stack, do a PM stack, just get so into it that if one of those waves does get absolutely decimated, you'll have guys in the other one. So I'm not saying which one it's going to be, because with all of this weather, I don't think it's really going to be predictable at all, but it's going to be tough out there all week long. I don't know how they're going to possibly maybe Monday finish, which would be which would really suck for the guys that go into Augusta. But look at these wins on Friday. Look at these wins on the weekend. I guess later in the week, I'll have a better little report on if I'm going to stack anything, but looking at it now, it's going to be difficult. It's going to make those key stats even more emphasis. And maybe you do want to boost short game just a little bit more than you would in years past. So let's look at some DFS contests. The contests aren't great right now. It is only, I have to do this. This is so annoying. The contests aren't great right now, but there's one that I wanted to talk about. I'm so happy it didn't make me have a code. Right here. Which one did I want to talk about? It was, it's gone. Is it gone? Timeout. Let me look at some notes, because there was one contest that I thought was really interesting, and it wasn't like a cheap contest. It was one of the big boy contests that's probably has been filled up. Oh, it was the 3180. It was the 3180. I believe it's gone. I'll look right here. The 3180. It's not dialed in, but this payout structure, if you want to put in 3K, pays out 20% of the entire field. And if you place, you get 3 extra money. So you're getting back 6K. If you finish in the top 10, like, you're getting a lot of money. And I know it's a lot of money to put out, but the chances of winning, just getting a little different, I think is fairly decent. So if you want to just put in one lineup, if you max under this to put in 6.5K, I think it's a really good contest for the big money style of guys. No, we're not going to talk Masters contests yet. Let's look at some other contests to see what we want to potentially look at. This $33 single entry. Let's see if this is a good one. No, this isn't the best payout structure in my opinion. The single entries are hit or miss. Like, sometimes it depends on the total purse. I think the cheaper dog leg is better than this 2100 contest one. So this 40K Albatross was really good last week, and it's really good again this week. 4K up top, $400 to 10th, which is 10%. I think that is a really nice payout structure. Kind of been living in this contest a lot recently. So let's take a look at the DFS board and see if there's any names that catch our eye out the gate. So Tommy Fleetwood leads the way, Ludwig 10-1, and then we drop down to the 9K range with Bob Mack, Russell Henley, Siwoo Kim, Jordan Spieth, and Colin Morikawa at that great price of $9,400. Then we have Decky and Sepp Straka Maverick McNeely finishes us out at 9K. But one golfer that I really wanted to take a look at in this range and on the DFS board is Russell Henley. So Russell Henley comes into this event off of a smooth little T13 at TPC Sawgrass where he played okay, didn't have the best Sunday, didn't have the greatest weekend in the world, but he's coming off of a nice +3 approach round. We knew that approach play would go back to green after having 3 straight red weeks. And in his career here, I know it's not updating right now, but he's got a 4th place finished, I believe. He's got a 4th place finish at this golf course. Let me update Russell Henley and make sure we have the correct information, or just simply just go to Data Golf because it could be quicker those guys that I had sitting up there were kind of held up there for a while. So I just want to double check Russell Henley's course history, do some research with you while TPC San Antonio Oaks course. Yeah. 4th place finish here in 2024. So that's a solid made cut that we're talking about. He hasn't played here obviously in a year and a half, but I think what more could you ask for in Russell Henley? He's gaining in strokes in where you want to do. I was talking about that accuracy. Look at how many accuracy he has coming in. Like, he would fit that trend perfectly. Those last 10 starts, he's gaining accuracy 9 out of 10. So I think Russell Henley is a great target in this 9K range. Someone else that I wanted to get an eye on in this DraftKings board is in the 8K range, and that's Alex Noren. Alex Noren is not coming in with any glaring amazing starts. He hasn't missed a cut since Farmers, which is not really an Alex Noren course, but if there's a week, like I said, you might want to emphasize short game a little bit more. Alex Noren has that short game, and he's not necessarily doing anything so bad. Like, it's not the best ball striking in the world, but Alex Noren is a grinder. I want to check his accuracy. I do. I don't believe he has the best course history, but he has made a cut here. Yeah, it's not, not bad course history. T14, 215. Sorry, I was wrong there. Decent course history from Alex Noren. And looking at his accuracy, it's good enough. In his last 10 starts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 out of his 10 starts. He's gaining accuracy, and off the tee, he's probably gaining in half of them. That's not the strongest correlation in terms of the profile that we were looking for, but I think it's good enough. And I think his price plus the around the green play makes him kind of a nice play at $8,700. So he's a golfer that I am looking for. Maybe be a second, third man in this lineup. Let's look at the DraftKings the DraftKings odds board for outrights and top 5s, top 10s. Tommy leads the way. Ludwig, very similar to what we saw on the DFS board. But a name down here that kind of caught my eye was a golfer who's been coming in, playing some decent golf. That's Daniel Berger. Just a few weeks ago, he almost won at Bay Hill, coming in off of a T66 at Sawgrass, where he just absolutely lost it around the green. A little bit concerning because I talked about I don't think you need to be the best around the green player, but you can't be doing this. He's not going to do this again. Let's see where that ranks in terms of his career around the green performances. If this will update, let's see if it will update. Around the green for Daniel Berger. That was really bad. His second worst around the green performance that came at the Players Championship this past year. So we knew he was going to rebound in that department. This is really good. The ball striking, the approach play. We know he's an accurate driver. Is all coming into fruition. So I like what we're seeing from Daniel Berger at this point of his career, at this point of the odds board. So those are some golfers that I like. 2 of them in the DFS markets. This is a 50-1 around you can get on Daniel Berger in the outright market. I think it's a great number on a golf course that really makes sense for him. Let's talk about some tools, how you're going to build a player pool, how you're going to select golfers for your DFS lineups, for your outright bets. So go copy that link in the description. It's code BOOTS. It gets you on the team. So here on PGA section of shipitnation.com, we have these DraftKings projections. They will be up probably last of anybody in the entire industry, and we do that on purpose. We want the most accurate projections that you can get in the entire world. I'm not saying that they are going to be right. If any projection was right 100% of the time, they wouldn't share them with you. So these projections are very, very accurate in terms of ownership, in terms of salary, points per dollar, all that good stuff. And they will come out last. The Stone is the greatest piece of tool in PGA DFS. In the PGA DFS world, it has everything from tee times to projections to approach numbers to ceiling to floor. And this is the only place you can get the stone. So what you're going to do is go over to the site. You want every sport. Baseball is back. People are already cashing in baseball. You just want the golf. PGA Plus Optimizer. You just want the content. You use code BOOTS. You sign up. And then you get everything. You get the slate plan, which is part of the content. You get the course fit rankings. You get the bullets when I'm on site. A ton of great stuff. So use that code BOOTS. Help me help you. Yeah, it's good stuff here at chipandnation.com. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the PGA DFS streets nowadays, but everyone has been so amazing supporting the show and working with me. I really am so happy that I chose to work at Ship It Nation for this year. So next thing I want to talk about is a potential chalky guy, a potential pivot, and then finally a golfer that I am on. So a potential chalky guy that could come in higher owned than he should be is, drumroll, Denny McCarthy. So Denny McCarthy's coming in off of a 12th place finish at the Houston Open, which is solid. And look what he's doing in terms of approach. He's gained strokes on approach in 3 straight starts, which is rare for Denny McCarthy. He hasn't done that since the summer of 2025, but he hasn't done it like gaining full, like this one was 0.3. He gained a full 1.6, 4.0, 3.1 in his last 3 starts. And we know he's a great putter. He rebounded on the greens after 2 bad weeks in Florida. But now that's 2 solid results at the Valspar, which kind of is it was a nice comp course, like I said at the top of the show. And then Houston, which is a Texas golf course. So Denny's doing some good things. But everyone can remember when Denny chased down Akshay and almost won that golf tournament. People are going to want to go to him. People just like to play Denny. And it's not rocket science why you like to play Denny, but I just think when Denny gets a little chalky, I like to stay away from him. And we were absolutely correct with the chalky guy last week. I told you to fade Penge, and he did not come in playing some good golf at all. So Denny McCarthy is the one golfer that I think is going to be chalky that I think I'm going to be avoiding here. Let's talk about a potential pivot. Who is going to come on under-owned, in my opinion? Who's going to come in and maybe outperform their ownership and outperform their price? That is Nick Taylor, in my opinion. So if we look at the DraftKings board, Nick Taylor is down at 8K, and he is stuffed between Denny McCarthy, Sudarshan Yelamaraju, Johnny Kiefer off of that 3rd place finish. Sudarshan had another top 10. I just talked about Denny. Gary Woodland, golfer who just won. Brian Harmon, past winner. No one's going to click this Nick Taylor, stuck between all of those guys. And Nicky T, I think, fits this course tremendously. Look at what he's doing right now in terms of approach. He has not lost strokes on approach since the Amex. The putter is a bit of a mess, but I don't care about the putter too much. The around the green play is playing, and we know Nick Taylor's an accurate driver of a golf ball. So I think he's a great pivot, a great play for you at 8K, comparing with basically anyone you want. So Nick T is a solid golfer in my opinion. Let's talk some model. I know the model has also been a bit of a talking point in the Twitter streets as well. So model number 1, Colin Morikawa, tied for 2nd, Siwoo Kim, Russell Henley, 4th place, Austin Smotherman, 5th place, Daniel Berger, 6th place, Tommy Fleetwood. We ran 16 models this week, aggregated them into one deep model, and this is what we split out. I don't offer many guarantees, but I said last week I would guarantee our model would have the winner last week, and it did. Sorry, Houston, not Victor, Woodland. Houston had the winner as Woodland, 3rd in our model. Am I gonna guarantee another one? No, but I saw all of these nothings. We weren't printing a winner. We were due, and Houston was a very obvious bomber track. We found the winner there. So hopefully the model can get you on another winner this week. And you saw what it was. I'll bring it up on my screen again so you guys can see it. Now, where is this model? Okay, so you guys can see it. So it's Colin, Siwoo, Russ tied for 2nd, Austin Smotherman, straight vibing is Daniel Berger, and then Tommy Ladd. Perfect segue into the one golfer that I am on. Perfect. It's going to be the chalk. It's going to be the highest priced golfer in the field. It's going to be a golfer by the name of Tommy Fleetwood. I think this is such a good golf course for Tommy Fleetwood, and I played him here last year, and it didn't work very well. I want to see his, it was a T7 in 2024, a T62 last year, he just hasn't putt well here, and he hasn't been putting that great to begin with. Like 2 straight bad putting weeks. The ball striking is tremendous. The around the green is tremendous. We know he's accurate, especially when he plays difficult, which he could this week. I think Tommy's a great play. I think he's not nearly too expensive. And the one thing about Tommy that I kind of came to the conclusion of this year, I think he's going to win at a horrible number, at like a chalky, as a favorite number. Like we saw him win in East Lake when he was like 16-1, 14-1 on a 30-man field. It was like the third or fourth favorite. Like now he's the favorite of not the strongest field in the world. I feel like no one's going to want to play him. Like they want to wait till he's 30-1 or 25-1 in a bigger field in a major. And he's just going to go out and win this. So like, damn, that kind of checks out. So Tommy Fleetwood, I'm not going to miss it. I'm going to be on this Tommy potential win that could be brewing and coming soon. He's confident. He's a TGL champion, which is probably boosting confidence tremendously. And he fits the build of this golf course tremendously. So Tommy Fleetwood is the one golfer that I am on. So as always, before we get out of here, we got to talk about the song of the day. The song of the day is When I Get Home, You're So Dead by Mayday Parade, one of the greatest bands of a generation. So thanks for tuning in. You guys know where to find me. I will catch you guys on Thursday for the for round 2 showdown show. And then we'll be back hopefully with the boots sooner than later. And I'll catch you guys then. Peace out. Chip it.